real quick. Obviously, Kevin Harvick, we knew that he had a rough weekend coming in, but Richard Childress Racing, they've not been in the hunt, but Jeff Burton has just moved into the top 10.
Yeah, he's definitely moved into the top 10. Some of it has to do a lot with the pit stops going on. And speaking of pit stops, let's go down to Steve Burns.
Well, Jeff, you see Sam Hornish in the 77. He says his car is free on entry, really good through the center, just a little free off. Now, Kurt Busch says that his car has felt like it's a little whacked out. He said whatever we did to the left rear was wrong. Air in the front tires for the 2-car, Dick.
On pit road, his crew has been absolutely solid all day. They haven't gained any spots, but that's only because Montoya has run toward the front all day.
Allmendinger and Ambrose complete stops. Mike Bliss is in. Here comes Biffle and Menard.
I mean, surprise, surprise. Who won this race last year? The 2-car, and all 3 of those cars are all running well, so I don't think it's any big surprise.
Dick.
Winning.
And Greg Biffle is on pit road. This crew has been incredible all day long. They have gained spots for their pit stops. Krista.
Paul Menard has been cranking off quick stops despite the fact that their rear tire changer sliced his hand this morning. He has 7 stitches. Paul Menard has a great race car.
Brian Vickers is in. He's been running right at the top 10. Bobby Labonte. Matt Kenseth is in. Matt Yoakum.
And Matt was telling Todd Parrott, his crew chief, basically the car was tight for the first 20 laps, and then it swung back to the free side. Air pressure change in the 17. Meanwhile, the leader, Casey Kane, brings his Ford almost a collision with a 34, getting to his pit box. Casey said the car had gone more free on that last run. They were talking about a chassis adjustment, definitely going with an air pressure change on this 9. Solid stop so far by the Bud guys.
Martin Truex and Scott Speed complete their stops as we're in green flag pit stops with 113 to go.
Here comes Kyle Busch in the 18 car. Remember, he had a problem earlier, and I think we're going to see Denny Hamlin in that 11 car. You can't stay out there on these old tires. They will absolutely run over you with those fresh tires.
Krista?
Denny Hamlin had come in, and Mike Ford said, when did this run did your car get loose in and loose off? The answer, 26 laps in. It didn't start to get loose to the point where it bothered Denny Hamlin until lap 202. A very good race car for the 11. They make just a small adjustment. They've been making small adjustments all day.
Max Pappas is in as well. Kyle Busch's service is done. He is out. And Boris Said almost comes to a stop in the pit lane, trying to get down to the pit road speed average in that first segment.
A little trouble on the 11 stop there. They had trouble on left front.
So that leaves Jeff Burton and Bill Elliott as cars that have not been in and are running first and second. Elliott's won so much here. He's George's favorite son. They've named a grandstand for him.
And of course, Bill Elliott, Jeff Burton would love to see a caution right now because we only have 10 cars on the lead lap until those 2 guys come to pit road.
Let's show you what happened on the pit stop for Denny Hamlin.
Oh, not enough hose.
And I mean, the clock's just ticking away. You can see the right front guy was already done before he even got the right rear off, and that's precious seconds.
Well, the left front guy's over there picking up lug nuts too.
Jeff Burton on pit road in his Richard Childress Chevy. He is the race leader. Krista?
And this could get interesting. Jeff Burton only has brakes on the front of the car. He had to kind of just wiggle it in a little bit. They were worried they may not have enough brakes to even stop in the pit stall. And Jeff Burton actually had the best rear grip that he's had all day on that run.
Bill Elliott climbed the hill in 1 and 2, almost to the wall. He's out of tires. He is bringing the Wood Brothers Ford to pit road.
So we have now cycled all the way through. Casey Kane had such a lead, even with pitting later than these other guys. He's going to assume the lead, but the real winners on this deal, remember, Jimmy Johnson pitted back on lap 201 and Tony Stewart on 189. They got advantage of those fresh tires. They are running second and third now. And remember, Keselowski, he pitted early. He's running fourth in that 12 car.
And it doesn't ever surprise me with this car that we hear people having brake troubles.
Oh, pass-through penalty for Jeff Burton. Too fast entering the pits.
If you don't have brakes, you know, you can't slow the car down. My point about the brakes is this car uses more brake. The drivers use the brakes more on this car than they did on the old one, trying to plant the nose, rear brake. They do a lot of things with the brake bias that we've never done before.
Yeah, you see brake dust come out of these wheels like we used to see on a short track.
Exactly.
.108 laps to go. And Kasey Kahne out in front of Jimmie Johnson by 4 seconds. Kahne trying to back up his win here from last fall. There's Kasey Kahne.
Kasey Kahne in the 9 car.
Kasey Kahne wins. It all belongs to Kasey Kahne.
By the way, young man, this bud's for you.
Sprint brings you an inside look at what's happening now inside the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. Top speed Jeff Burton 180.94 miles per hour. And at this moment, Jimmie Johnson would take over the Sprint Cup Series point lead. He is running second, and Kevin Harvick, who came into this race with the point lead, is 22nd. There's a look at the difference based on where they're running right now. Not a great day for most of Hendrick Motorsports, nor is it a stellar day for Richard Childress Racing.
No, but that 48 car just keeps inching closer and closer to the front, and we got a caution.
Debris on the front straightaway will put us under caution for the 7th time today.
That's actually a huge break, in my opinion, for cars like Tony Stewart, like Jimmie Johnson, because remember, they were so far off sequence on those guys that made their regular scheduled pit stops under green.
There's Stewart running in 7th.
Yeah, Tony was going to have to pit probably in about 15 laps with that 14 car.
So Kasey Kahne the leader, Jimmie Johnson second, Kurt Busch third, and what a day Brad Keselowski has had. After getting into Carl Edwards to bring out the third caution of the day, and then getting into the wall with the whole right side of his car, he has stormed back and is running in the top 5.
Well, he is running that well too. He didn't luck in there by pit stops or anything else. That car has been that good.
Jamie McMurray will be the free pass car on this caution.
And I think it's been long enough since everyone made their stop that everyone will come to pit road for 4 fresh tires, because we are now right at 100 laps to go in this 500-mile race.
Pit road's open, and here they come. Matt?
Mike, just like on the interstate, the 9 team is worried about the 48. The 48's worried about the 38. Everyone's going to try to stop short in their box. Kasey Kahne said his car's a little free, no changes. The same thing for Jimmie Johnson. He said he started to get free on that last run. They're going to make a track bar adjustment. Dick?
Brad Keselowski pits out of the 4th position. They're going to make a minor chassis adjustment in the car and 4 tires. Jay Guy has done a great job running this team, Krista.
Mike Ford told his crew, we got to get that time back from that bad stop before. 4 tires. Steve?
Kurt Busch says his car is better. Little loose in, little loose off, and a little air in the right front for the 2.
Once again, David Gilliland does not pit, so he is the race leader.
Look at the gain at Allmendinger, that 43 car. Picked up 3 spots, and it doesn't matter who's guiding the ship for that 17 car. They prevail on pit road, 5 spots.
Car's good, pit crew's better.
99 laps to go in the Kobalt Tools 500.